Hey, here's another tip for teen parents. So why is it so hard to change from the open E string to the third finger D, or an open open string to the fourth finger if you're on the cello? Okay. All right, so the first reason why this is difficult is because just hearing the intervals. E to D or E to C sharp, the difference in those intervals are really close actually. And in one of my other videos, I was talking about how children naturally prefer consonant sounds that are nice, bigger intervals, whole tones, rather than smaller intervals like half steps. So for them, for their ear, it's actually difficult to hear going from E down to D or E to C sharp and open to a 3 or an open to a 2, or on the cello open to 4, open to 3. So that's something that we have to train in their ear, and one way you can do that is just by listening to the recordings. I also have a little exercise I like to give where we play E and then the D, so open 3, open 2, open 1, open, open, so we can hear the differences between those intervals. The other thing is just technically, mechanically, it's difficult. So you're on the E string, right? And you play peanut butter ice cream. And then from the E string, you have to put the finger down first. Remember that rule, finger before bow. So you play E, ba da 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 da. And then you put the third finger down, okay, but you're not done yet. That bow is still on the E string. Then you roll to the A string, okay, and then you play it. Okay, so you have to play the old note, stop on the old string, place the finger, and then move to the new string, and then play it. Okay, so there's several steps there, right? Just coming from one note to the next, from an E down to a D. Okay, but that's not all. So sometimes some of the rhythms change bow direction too, as in ice cream cone on the E string, ice cream cone, you end on a down, right? So you stop there, you freeze. Okay, bows on the old string, put the finger down, right? And then you have to roll to the new string, but you're not done, right? Because which bow direction did you end on? Down, up, down. This one's going to start on an up. So you add another step when you have to change, when the rhythm changes direction, when it starts on a different direction. So that's another reason why it's difficult. And the other one is just the way the fingerboard functions. So we're coming from an E and we want to go to the D. And the D is actually lower than the E, right? But in order to get to the D from the E, you have to add fingers. Okay? And we've been teaching all along, like in the monkey song, if you want to go higher, you have to add more fingers. If you want to go lower, you take the fingers off. Except when you're coming from an open string down to the next note, you have to add all of those fingers back onto the fingerboard. So that's why it's so confusing to play an open to the next note, an open to a 3 or an open to a 4 if you're on the cello. So when we're learning songs with that change, especially the twinkles, that is the last thing that comes together. Your child will be able to play all the way through, and then anytime we go from an open to a 3, they'll slow down, and that's completely fine. That will speed up in time, and it should not be something that we rush. So I hope that helps. Thanks for watching.